Princess Leia in that seductive pose where you almost think you can see through that skirt. So you pause the VHS. Well, guys, it's not a skirt, it's a dress, but you know, you pause the VHS and you go frame by frame. Well, I did. I'll admit that. You know, I've probably seen the whole Jabba's palace scene frame by frame on VHS. You know, because porn was evil. Yeah. Christian parents. Anyway, I did find one interesting thing on there, and that was Ula, the green Twi'lek girl. You can see her nipple. It's an unsightly thing, but it's there. Go back to grab your Return of the Jedi VHS, because I think they edited it out in the later versions. But whenever she's pulling on the chain to try to escape, and Jabba drops her in with a Rancor because he knows how to treat a lady. Yeah, there it is. It's an interesting sight. It's not particularly aesthetically pleasing, but it is there. Whenever Leia jumps off the platform after choking Jabba, if you look real closely, you might be able to see a nipple. It's one of those things where you'd have to zoom in to the extreme amount. It's I was 12. Like I was 12 when this happened, so no judgment on anyone's part. Anyway, I am filming these. I say filming, but I'm not in front of a camera, and there is no camera. There's a monitor, and there's Audacity. I need to find a better audio program. Just, I'm sure there are better ones out there, but this one's free, so. Anyway, my birthday just finished. Just finished, like at midnight. It was over with. I've been 26 for the past day, and it's well, it's an experience. You know, first time I've ever been 26. I hope it's the last time. I hope next time I'm 27 or something. No telling. I had a pretty good day though. At midnight, at midnight, Mary gave me the presents that she got me. She had this awesome hand-drawn card, and it said, "Roses are red, but sometimes they're thorny. When we're apart, I get kind of." Then you open it up, and it says, "Corny. I know what you were thinking. Shame on you." But yeah, it was pretty neat. She put a lot of work into it. It was really good. She's a good woman, I tell you what. She's always doing little things for me. I have never heard of a woman that lifts up the toilet seat for you. Yeah, I can visualize you guys, you know, all sitting there, grease-covered skin, your bag of Doritos, turning green with envy. Oh wait, that's just fungus. No, I'm joking. I love you guys. Speaking of you guys, thank you a lot. I am about to get my first payment from Google for making YouTube videos, so that's pretty cool. Never thought I'd get paid to do something I enjoy. Seems like seems like something only prostitutes get to experience. I assume they enjoy it. I mean, like, what? Prostitutes don't? But they're out there having, like, sex and getting paid to. Well, they don't get to choose their They don't get to choose their clientele? Okay, only freelance prostitutes get to enjoy doing something they enjoy. I realize what I said there. For money. Oh, the Death Star plans. I hope you guys are ready for this because this is the 3D level. I see 3D, but it's really 2D at an angle or something. Yeah. I missed it, but I know they said something lame in that. Whatever the general was talking just now. Anywho, Mary also got me a bottle of Mad Dog 357 600,000 Scoville hot sauce. This stuff, just a little drop will do ya. Like, it's some good shit. I tell you what. I'm gonna be tell you what and a lot tonight. This level right here was pretty tough because it's like you can't see the TIE fighters coming for you, but it's so great. Like never before. I mean, like even now, there's never been an experience like this. Flying the X-wings, you know, over the Death Star, shooting the towers, shooting the TIE fighters with blasters and no gravity and shit. There's never going to be another game like this. That we thought Rogue Squadron was going to be like that, but it turned out just to be a first-person Rogue. Well, that joke fizzled out. That joke was dead before it even entered my brain. Yes, Rogue Squadron was better than this. And you know, the TIE Fighter's gonna have a natural camouflage because they're the same color as the Death Star. And the black ones have a natural camouflage. You know, because they're in space. Just as long as they don't go to Ferguson and shoot at a cop. Anyway, she also got me a Live Long and Prosper oven mitt. We've needed an oven mitt for quite some time, but it's like Spock's hand doing the Live Long and Prosper sign, it's pretty neato. It's pretty neato. And like whenever I was opening the gifts, I pulled the bow off of each one of them and tried to put it on our cat's head. Nibbler is her name, and she none of them stuck, but she got pissed off anyway. I've never seen a cat get pissed off like she does. It's crazy. And it took her 3 months to get used to me. Whenever they moved in, she would stay on top of the refrigerator like at all times, and it took her like 3 months to finally start to like me, and then she went into heat. And it turns out she has a foot fetish. I've never seen a cat with a foot fetish, but she will like position herself. Like if I'm facing the refrigerator, she'll position herself to where when I turn to the right, my foot will bump into her, it'll bump into her vagina. I have to put my feet under the blanket at night. I mean, she's really sweet, like, whenever this happens, though. Like, she's always wanting belly rubs, which can also be kind of awkward, because her nipples are engorged at this time. But, oh, yeah, and, you know, there's always that... If you listen in the trailer for this channel, you can actually hear her. She was in heat at that point. You can actually hear her. She, like, one night... Well, if you look in the trailer, you'll also see, like the channel trailer, you will also see a blanket at the window. Excuse my sinus infection. She likes being in that window. But when the screen's open, she'll scratch the screen. And, like, I told her to stop. And I got up and made her stop. She didn't like that. She walked through the house like cats do in Heat, but extra loud. And a little bit later, well, actually, a few seconds later, she tried jumping up there from under the, like, from the floor instead of getting on the couch and doing it like she normally does. She didn't make it. And then a little bit later, she tried to get up there from the couch, but she jumped and, like, the back half of her missed. And that pissed her the fuck off. She went in there to Mary. And, yeah, she went in there to Mary. And she looked up at her. Mary was asleep. She looked up at her and just meowed like she was like barking or something. Just meow, 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 until Mary woke up. And, yeah. She tortures our dog, the Chihuahua Nacho, who I've had since I was probably 13 or 14. I can never remember her age. It's like they tolerate each other sometimes. And Nacho's pretty good about listening. Like if she chases after Nibbler, I'll just say, Nacho! She'll stop dead in her tracks, and then like she'll like, well, a lot of times she'll go to Mary, and but one night she was over on the love seat next to Mary. Nibbler was on Mary's lap. Nacho started growling like she was going to snap at her. I said, Nacho, and she stopped and just stared at me. And Nibbler decided she was going to sneak in. They take every opportunity they can when the other one's not looking to sniff each other's ass. They do that. Also, I died more than I care to admit on here, on this trench run. And also, Nibbler likes to massage Mary's tits. She'll be laying in bed, Nibbler will get on top of her, put her paws on there, and just, like, go to town. It's pretty funny. Oh, yes. Mary also got me a USS Enterprise pizza cutter. That's pretty neato. And like these boxers I'm wearing now, which are what was the fabric called? Satin. I'm wearing satin boxers, and they had a picture of a black guy on the front of them. And so I'm wearing the same boxers as a black guy, but this wasn't a ghetto black guy, like a gangsta, quote unquote. This looked more like an entrepreneurial black guy, like Colonel Sanders or something. And so I'm wearing the boxers of an entrepreneurial black guy, and they're comfortable as hell. Yes. Also a shirt you'll probably see in one of my future videos. I'm actually looking for an excuse to make a live video on here. But you'll see it on DopplerVidya for sure. Whenever I get around to you know, updating DopplerVidya. And she also got me a coffee mug. And it said, I am the god of tits and wine on it, like Tyrion said in Game of Thrones. That was pretty neato. And a cup made from a bull's horn. And Mary used to be vegan, So she's come a long way. Yes, I corrupted her. She, yeah, she's eating the good food now. But it was, I mean, you know, the vegan food was actually pretty good. Like, believe it or not, like, they had these protein crumbles that taste just like hamburger meat. Like, pretty good. I remember she made some taco soup. Yeah, soup. I started to say salad. I don't know why I said salad. It was liquid and soupy. That was pretty good stuff. Tell you what. So, you know how long I've been doing this Death Star trench run? Well, I have a confession to make. This video would have been like 37 minutes long, but I trimmed it down. It's probably already passed. I just cut 8 minutes of me doing this trench run and dying out of it. So... Oh, what's this? What's this? Why is this in here? Why is on the... Oh, shit. Well, I've already been talking. I can't exactly cut it out now, but... Oh, I remember. I was looking to see if there was some kind of technique to it. As I recall, there was. It was exactly the same thing I was doing. I just wasn't doing it good enough. You have to shoot at the laser blasts they're shooting at you, which makes sense, I guess. They could have set it up more like the Star Trek Next Generation game for Game Boy, where they have the squares that come at you when you're getting into orbit. Like, they could have done it more like that, you know, just shooting along the way, like, guide you through it. But this trench run, oh, it's like a cakewalk compared to this thing I'm stuck on in Empire Strikes Back. And by stuck on, once again, I mean trying for like 20 minutes and then going to bed, because that's what I did. And I haven't tried it again since. I am itching to play Chrono Trigger, though, so I may actually postpone the Empire Strikes Back. But what I'm going to start doing is finishing games. Yeah. I know, I was like... I finished two games. Bible Adventures, and goddamn, I could have cut this out instead of the trench run. It could have... I feel bad. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, good. Anyway, yeah, Bible Adventures and Super Mario Bros. 3 are the only games I know of that I've beaten on this channel. I think this channel is going pretty good. 73 subscribers. It's not as big as DopplerVidya yet, but I imagine it will be. I'm on a network, which, I mean, I guess is okay, except they get a small chunk. Like, this network, they're supposed to be helping me with copyright claims, because I thought that was going to be a much bigger concern when recording video games. It's really not, or it hasn't been. I've gotten several copyright disputes, a few of which I question the legitimacy of, but on my very first channel I had disputing a copyright strike is... Well, I don't have strikes, I just have disputes. But disputing anything to do with copyright on YouTube, most of the time, is just not fucking worth it. It's ridiculous, and you cannot talk to anybody from Google. You send them an email, you send YouTube support an email, and they send you back an automated response. You send them an email that says, "Is this a robot?" and they send you back an automated response. And then you send them an email that says, "No, really, is this a robot?" And then you get an automated response, and it's about that time you give up, and you do it one more time, and then you realize it actually is a robot. And it's they really need to clean up this stuff, because, like, Bad Dudes, was one of the earlier recordings on this. It has a copyright dispute on it. Now, the Nintendo ones from, like, Super Mario Brothers, I thought I quieted the audio quite a bit, and I didn't. I think 5 of the 8 videos have the copyright things from Nintendo. People were so pissed whenever Nintendo did that, but I was watching the Gaming Historian. That's a pretty good channel. You guys should check it out. I like it. And he was saying that, like, there were a few different stories. One of them, Nintendo basically has a history of doing this shit. They tried to sue Game Genie for copyright infringement or something, modifying. Shit, I can't remember. They tried to sue Game Genie, saying that it did something to their... Oh, what's that term? The feminists... intellectual property rights. They altering it or something, because it alters the code. The courts struck that down. They tried suing Blockbuster for renting out games, and whenever the courts upheld that Blockbuster did in fact have the rights to rent out Nintendo games, they tried suing them for making copies of the game manuals, because, you know, yeah, it's petty, like, but it happens. So I mean, it really shouldn't be any surprise that Nintendo did this. Sony seems to have been pretty cool about it, or a lot of game developers these days are pretty cool about it. I think Rockstar is one that actually encourages it. And it should be encouraged. It's free advertising. It's win-win. It's win-win. So anyway, went out to eat with the family yesterday, had Mexican food. I think that's how you pronounce it, Mexican. The last of the Mexicans. Yes, I know that was a South Park episode title. So, like, Mom stopped by, dropped off a bunch of childhood favorites. Well, and just some other things that I like. As far as food goes, like, she dropped off things I used to eat as a kid, like gummy worms and flavor blasted goldfish. I used to take the flavor blasted goldfish and rub the powder off my fingers and then just eat them like regular goldfish, but I would take the powder and a piece of printer paper and rub the powder onto the printer paper, and after I got done eating the goldfish, I would fold the paper in half and take all the powder, roll it into a ball, and let it dissolve in my tongue, because it was delicious. Start off some of those cinnamon roll Oreos, which I'm usually not much of a sweets person, but these things are really good. You know, gummy worms. Some of the coconut candy I used to eat as a kid, like a lot of sentimental stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh yeah, blue cheese crumbles. Love blue cheese. Even though it looks more like it's kind of greenish, but it's still delicious. I love cheese in general. Sharp cheddar is one of my favorites. Got to see Ruth, my niece. That was pretty cool. It's like a year old. Are you guys bored of watching this trench run yet? Had I remembered this, I would have edited this in such a way. Oh. I don't know. I guess I could have made this a 10-minute video, really. But if you're still watching, thank you. I'm just sitting here, watching it, rambling on. Still to you, I'm much obliged. I can't remember the lyrics. Ramble on. Huh. You know, they did get the targeting computer captured fairly accurately. But this trench run, really hard. I think I ended up saving state soon. Oh, I got like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, yeah, about 3 minutes left here. And I can't really think of what to talk about. Oh, yeah. Whenever opening the presents, I took a little scotch tape, and Nibbler was on the couch, the arm of the couch next to me, and I was like, wait, I was just looking at her, and then Mary reached over and gently lifted up her paw, and I put the scotch tape, and she ran through the house on 3 legs. Now, the scotch tape wasn't very sticky. It really wasn't. I mean, it didn't hurt her. If it was gonna hurt her, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done that with duct tape. But this was used scotch tape. It was just enough to stick. It wasn't enough to pull hair. But she forgave us, which was kind of a surprise. Great shot, kid! That was 1 in a million! And now we're to the ending of the game, the 3rd game I have completed for this channel. I had every intention of finishing Final Fantasy 2 or 4, but it didn't work out so well because, well, you know, I lost the recorded video. I have the save state, but I have to start all over to get the video that I lost. Which would be an opportunity for me to grind and level up. This game would have been pretty cool as an RPG. Huh. Against the evil Galactic Empire. Imperial forces have retreated, and you have brought freedom to this part of the galaxy. But be careful, for the Empire might strike back. I don't think that'll happen. That doesn't seem likely. I mean, no. And then roll credits, but there's nothing after the credits because they were lazy. But this is the end of the video. If you like my shit, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Tell all your friends about my channel. Share my videos on social media. Adios.